Paul Heyman is a once-in-a-generation mind. While many in the wrestling world thrive on brute strength or flashy moves, Heyman's weapon has always been his brain and his tongue. From managing some of the biggest names in the business to running an entire promotion and reshaping WWE's main event scene multiple times, Heyman has never been a background player. He's the guy behind the guy, the wizard behind the curtain who whispers into the ears of legends and monsters alike. His fingerprints are all over modern wrestling, from ECW's Rebellious Revolution to the modern storytelling around Roman Reigns. With a career spanning over 35 years, which moments stand above the rest? Let's break it down. The Revolution. This is not just wrestling. Founding ECW as a creative powerhouse when Paul Heyman took over Eastern Championship Wrestling in the early 1990s. No one could have predicted it would become Extreme Championship Wrestling, a cult phenomenon that changed pro wrestling forever. Heyman's vision was raw, gritty, and rebellious. He spotlighted misfits, outcasts, and underground legends like Taz, Raven, Sabu, and Rob Van Dam. Under his direction, ECW broke all the rules and made new ones. It was loud, it was violent, and it was honest. "We don't compete with WWE or WCW," Heyman once said. "We offer an alternative." The shoot promo that defined Equin 1997 on the first ECW pay-per-view, barely legal, Heyman delivered a backstage promo that became an iconic moment in wrestling history. Raw, emotional, and authentic, he poured his heart out in front of the locker room. "This is the dance, and I am the conductor of the Extreme Orchestra." That moment symbolized everything ECW stood for: emotion, chaos, and loyalty. It was the heart of Heyman exposed. Finally, the promo on 10 2000. He was bleeding financially, but Heyman still delivered one of the coldest, most heartfelt promos ever as he stood in the ECW ring telling fans, "We are not a publicly funded company. We are a wrestling company, and we owe no one anything but the truth." That brutal honesty marked the end of ECW, but solidified Heyman's reputation as a ride-or-die figure for his vision. Advocate era begins. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman's return in 2002 with Brock Lesnar. Fans were stunned when a monster named Brock Lesnar debuted in 2002. But what truly elevated Brock? Enter Paul Heyman. As Lesnar's manager and legal advisor, Heyman turned the next big thing into the next dominant thing. He did the talking, Brock did the breaking. From the King of the Ring win to dethroning The Rock at SummerSlam, Heyman's influence was undeniable. His infamous line, "My client Brock Lesnar conquered The Rock," was just the beginning. Betraying Brock for Big Show Survivor Series 2002 in a shocking twist, Heyman cost Brock Lesnar the WWE Championship at Survivor Series 2002 by aligning with the Big Show. It was Heyman's first major betrayal, and it set the stage for one of the best manager-wrestler breakup feuds ever. This marked Heyman as more than just a hype man. He was a strategist and a villain with long-term plans. Backstage boss and commentary legend. SmackDown savior 2002 to 2003. During the Ruthless Aggression era, Paul Heyman became the head writer for SmackDown, and the quality shift was undeniable. He pushed younger talents like Eddie Guerrero, Edge, Kurt Angle, and the SmackDown Six, including Rey Mysterio and Chris Benoit, into wrestling classics, created a show that felt athletic, gritty, and character-driven. Many fans consider this one of WWE's best creative periods, and Heyman was the brain behind it. Heyman on commentary. Heyman's commentary, especially alongside Jim Ross in the early 2000s, was witty, sarcastic, and sharp. He wasn't afraid to break the fourth wall, take shots at WCW, or dig into storylines with real emotional weight. Whether hyping a pay-per-view or trash-talking a face, Heyman made commentary must-listen television. It's resurrection, the streak ends, and the world shakes. WrestleMania XXX. The streak is over. If Paul Heyman had done nothing else in his career, this one moment would have been enough. At WrestleMania 30, The Undertaker's 21-0 WrestleMania streak ended at the hands of Brock Lesnar. And Heyman? He delivered the most bone-chilling promo of his career the following night on Raw. "My client, Brock Lesnar, conquered The Undertaker's undefeated streak at WrestleMania." He repeated it. He let it breathe. He owned the silence. Heyman turned a crowd's shock into pure electricity. Brock Lesnar destroys John Cena. SummerSlam 2014. Heyman was the hype machine leading into the 16 suplex massacre of John Cena. He didn't just sell the match, he sold fear. Promo work around this match was masterful. He made Brock feel unstoppable, dangerous, and inevitable. Like a wrestling Thanos. To reinvention, the Tribal Chief's Wiseman aligning with Roman Reigns' 2020 present, this may be Paul Heyman's finest work to date. When Roman Reigns returned at SummerSlam 2020 and turned heel, fans were shocked to see Heyman by his side. But this was no Brock Light situation. Roman became the Tribal Chief, and Heyman played the role of the broken, humbled wise man, a man who needed to follow power. The dynamic shifted. Roman was in control. Heyman became a conflicted figure, sometimes loyal, sometimes terrified. From whispering strategies to delivering prayers in Samoan ceremonies, Heyman's character arc became TV gold. This isn't just a pairing, it's storytelling art. 11. The Interconflict Royal Rumble 2022. Heyman's betrayal of Brock Lesnar to side with Roman Reigns again, after seemingly breaking from Roman, was cinematic brilliance. No one knew where Heyman's allegiance truly lay. Was he loyal? Manipulative? Both? That moment with Heyman handing Roman the WWE title and walking out with the Tribal Chief will be remembered for decades. Promo Hall of Fame, Heyman's mic masterpieces. Let's face it. Paul Heyman isn't just a manager. He's the Shakespeare of wrestling promos. Here are a few of his all-time best. Shoot, on Vince McMahon's Survivor Series 2001, Heyman laid it all out on the table as he unloaded on Vince in the build-up to the Invasion storyline. You stole my legacy. You bastardized my creation. Even though it was storyline, there was real venom behind every word, and that's what made it unforgettable. The night after WrestleMania, promos. Heyman always owned the post-Mania Raw stage. Whether bragging about the streak, hyping up Lesnar's dominance, or mocking the crowd, his post-WrestleMania promos are basically wrestling rituals now. The career that's still being written. Paul Heyman isn't just a character. He's an institution. He's been the rebellious underdog, the smug genius, the broken man, and the calculating kingmaker. Across decades, through eras, across promotions, Paul Heyman remains the constant catalyst in pro wrestling's biggest moments. And the scary part? He's not done. Roman Reigns' story isn't finished. New alliances may form. More betrayals may come. And somewhere, another Heyman promo will go viral for turning 5 words into wrestling history. My name is Paul Heyman. And whenever he says it, the world listens.